Hello, happy Friday, good morning. Welcome aboard to AM News. My name is Denise Apomaiji. We begin from Parliament because there was a rare occurrence at the Public Accounts Committee sitting on Thursday when member after member took turns to heap praises on management of the Tamale Tech University for its financial discipline. Now, the school was praised for not only swiftly acting on the recommendations, but also turning around the finances of the school from 1.7 to 13 million cedis interest in a year. James Aveji has more in the following report.
Thursday's hearing of the Public Accounts Committee has largely been with management of a number of universities on the 2024 Auditor General's report on the accounts of universities and colleges of education. In a rare occurrence, members of the committee could not help but heap praises on management of the Tamale Tech University when they appeared before the committee, a spectacle which occurs once in a long time due to the consistent infractions committed by several other institutions every year.
And you moved from a surplus of 1.7 million to a surplus of 13 million. Wow. And you improved so much on your current ratio, where you could cover your short-term liabilities by 2.6 times to 7.6 times. It means you are doing something right, and we ought to support you for you to build on whatever you are doing, and for other universities to also come and study from what you are doing. So I'm impressed with what I have seen.
Chairman, I think the management of this university have been very prudent, and I have no other further questions. Thank you.
Tamale. Commendation. Well done.
Thank you.
Vice Chancellor of the school, Professor Bashir Imoru Said, spoke to JoyNews about what they've been doing right in the last few months.
The Director of Finance will always advise the Vice Chancellor, this one that you have approved, no, it will land us into trouble. So once he shares that advice, I take it in good faith. The registrar does his work as expected. It's a teamwork. We listen to one another, and then we move the university. We decided that we have to take the university to another level, and that is exactly what the management is doing.
Things, however, returned to normal when other schools took turn before the committee. Koforidua Technical University, for instance, was cited for granting a total of 817,000 Ghana cedis to 6 lecturers who went on study leave but have refused to return and serve their bonds.
So initially we've written to all those, 6 of them as they are listed here. We've written to all these persons with their indebtedness. And then we've also written to Interpol through CID to reach out to these people so that they are flagged at the various entry points of the country. We've also forwarded their names to our solicitors, and then they are in the process of being served.
The script was same with the Dr. Hila Liman Technical University, Takrady Technical, Ho Technical University, and others. When management of the Sunyani Technical University appeared before the committee, they raised alarm over the safety of students in the face of a prolonged legal battle over an encroacher's takeover of 35 acres of the school's land.
They were building again, and this time around, they were actually welding cutlasses and other implements, making it difficult for the university staff to actually prevent them from continuing. We went to council approve that we should go and put a very big signboard. We put a signboard there, they took it away. Anything you put there, they take it away. And then in the daytime, if you attempt, you see people chasing. Even when students go there to do survey works, they chase them out.
That reaction from members of the Public Accounts Committee to the Tamale Technical University is one that comes once in a long time, and they are hoping that other institutions take cue from that and improve on their financial infractions in subsequent years. The committee resumes on Friday to have what will hopefully be the last sitting in this particular session. I am James Savage for Joy News.
Away from Parliament, with barely 1 month until the Yuletide season, police have intensified operations to curb crime and drug-related activities in Accra. The airport's divisional command at East Legon has clamped down on dozens of drug peddlers in its latest raid in the vicinity. Police say the exercise is part of efforts to ensure public safety during the festive season. There's more in the following report.
With the Christmas season fast approaching, the Ghana Police Service has launched an intensive operation to clamp down on drug-related activities and reduce crime across the city. The Airport Divisional Police Command at East Legon carried out its first major raid at Briefcase, a popular pub near American House, where 65 suspected drug peddlers, including 25 women, were arrested. Items retrieved included quantities of dried substances believed to be marijuana, axes, metal rods, and other offensive weapons. The suspects are currently being screened at the Airport Divisional Police Headquarters. Police say the operation forms part of a sustained effort to maintain law and order ahead of the festive season.
And moving on, the acting chief executive officer of the Mental Health Authority, Dr. Eugene Dodoi, has revealed that 95% of Ghanaians living with mental health disorders do not receive health care due to a shortage of psychiatric personnel. So according to him, the psychiatric field is not considered lucrative, and the stigma associated with it discourages many from pursuing careers in mental health. He noted that this has created a significant treatment gap for people living with mental illnesses.
Speaking during a stakeholder engagement on the outcomes of the post-4th high-level meeting on non-communicable diseases and mental health commitments in Accra, Dr. Dodori indicated that the inadequate number of psychiatric workers in the country has left over 95% of people with mental health disorders untreated. He revealed that the ratio of mental health workers to the population is 1:10,000 people, a figure that falls short of the World Health Organization's recommended standard.
Majority of our Ghanaians who get mental illness, up to 90% of them do not get appropriate care. This is because of a myriad of issues. One of them is the fact that we don't even have enough mental health workers. The recommended psychiatrist ratio is about 1 psychiatrist to 10,000 population. There's a gap between the number of practitioners, the number of people who can care for the majority of our citizens who get mental illness.
Director for Technical Coordination at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Hafiz Adams, attributed the challenge partly to stigma associated with seeking mental health treatment.
Stigma is part of the thing, and you know the mentality. Because of the stigma, some even don't want to go to the health facilities to receive services because they are tagged as, I won't say, they don't even know how to differentiate, to say that they are mentally ill. They just consider them as mad people. And so because of that tag, they are unwilling by themselves, even if they are in a state of going to a health facility for support.
National Coordinator of the Non-Communicable Disease Alliance, Labram Musa, blamed the rising cases of mental health disorders among Ghanaian youth on drug abuse, alcoholism, and gambling.
The Ministry of Finance should look at the impact that alcohol has on young people, the impact that alcohol has on even sports people. The point for us is any advertisement that would dragging people, young people, to act in a way that does not, inert public health, is a country that will suffer eventually. Because no matter what happens, if you consume those products, you definitely will get one NCD or the other. You get mental health problems.
As mental health challenges continue to affect the country's human resource base, the Ministry of Health and other stakeholders are being urged to adopt strategies that will encourage health professionals to develop an interest in psychiatry, ensuring that every person living with mental health condition receive appropriate care. Ramat Bashiru's report for JoyNews, read to you.
And to some other stories, the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, is sounding a fresh alarm over a building accommodating students of the Clintaps University College of Health and Allied Sciences at Klagon in the Tema West municipality. This follows the collapse of an adjoining three-story structure which left a woman and her 2 children injured. Director of Man-Made Disaster at NADMO, Maxwell Emmanuel Neba, says preliminary assessments indicate that the building housing the student nurses lacks structural integrity and poses a serious risk. He also adds that the structure will be cordoned off to allow for a comprehensive investigation. My colleague Fatal Bayaga has more in the following report.
The 4-story building near the Klagon fuel station is said to be a time bomb. Occupants, who are mostly nursing students, see the danger but have no alternative. Concerns have grown after an adjoining 3-story building collapsed in the same area. The National Disaster Management Organization says there is no more time to waste. Maxwell Emmanuel Nebe is director in charge of man-made disasters at the organization.
You can see the adjoining building over there have not also gotten permit, and yet they have constructed a 4-story building that is habiting student nurses, and that is another danger that is looming up. So we are taking up an instruction that once students are vacating today, once they leave, the cordon of the area until the complete assessment is done before anybody will be allowed to move in. And we will send a report to our bosses for the necessary action to be done. So if it needs to be collapsed, to be brought down, we will do that, because we cannot sacrifice human life of people, personal interests.
Municipal Chief Executive for Tema West, Ludwig Tay Totime, says the developer began construction without a permit, prompting the assembly to issue a stop work notice.
You can see we've written on their wall as at 17th of last month, of September. He came, they were asked to stop, so they are somewhere in the interim to provide all the necessary documents.
Residents around the area also have sleepless nights over the issue.
After the collapse of the building, we now fear that this one could also collapse onto our homes. The pillars were not constructed properly, and currently about 300 nursing students are living in the building. Just go behind and see. All the pillars supporting the structure have bent to one side.
My concern is on this building. This building is not strong at all. Even the pillars are tiny. It was a small house like our own, and they just built a 4-story building. It doesn't make sense.
Many lives are currently on the line if immediate action is not taken by the authorities to address this situation. For JoyNews, Fatal Bayaga, Klagon.
From Accra, let me take you to the Central Region. A project engineer in Elmina, Engineer Bennett King, is urging the Ministry of Transport and also the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority to fast-track the release of key documentation to allow for the commencement of dredging works at the Elmina Fishing Harbour. The appeal follows a recent near-tragic incident in which a 28-member crew vessel capsized at the harbour, the 6th of such cases in 3 years. Engineer Kane warns that further delays in the dredging project could endanger more lives and livelihoods in the fishing community.
In 3 years, the Elmina Fishing Harbour has experienced 6 boat accidents, with 2025 alone recording 2 of these incidents. Crew members in the most recent accidents attributed it to a lack of regular dredging at the harbour. Today, Yeo Adom Company Limited, a local organization in Elmina, is seeking to undertake the dredging project at the Central Region's major fishing harbour. Engineer Bennett King is the project manager for the company.
All right, so currently as here we stand is the site of where the dredging is going on. For some couple of time now, the Elmina Fishing Harbour, which was constructed barely 3 years ago, got choked with a lot of sand. That is the nature. We can't stop it, but we can't maintain the harbour. So currently, Yeo Adom Company Limited has taken the mandate of doing certain corrections here in the fishing harbour. Not corrections, but maintenance, preventive. We have something we call preventive maintenance. That is what UOADOM is currently doing in Elmina Fishing Harbour.
Engineer Ken also called on the Ministry of Transport and the Ghana Ports and Harbour Authority for support and documentation to facilitate the execution of the project.
Currently, we are looking forward for the Ministry of Transport and then the Ministry of Ghana Port and Harbour Authority, the Ghana Port and Harbour Authority to come and assist us in form of consultation, in form of supervision for us to do the work. Actually, you know, the government has a whole type of project to be done, which probably we can't wait for the government to come and do this project for us as we speak now. But we need the Port and Harbour Authority, or GAPOA, to come and assist us in doing this project. We need certain documents that can enhance or facilitate the work that we are doing. But we've been calling upon them to assist us in form of documentations and other things that we can use to get more equipment to enhance our projects. We are still looking upon them to assist us with that, but currently there's none of that sort.
Nanoko Joyao, the chief fisherman of Elmina, commending the engineer, added his voice to the call for support. We were happy when the engineer began the project, especially that he is undertaking the project without a fee. He should be supported and commended for his goodwill for Elmina. He is sponsoring the project with his own funds. We ask that government help support the engineer, even if it is in the form of fuel, to execute the project. From Elmina, Abigail Lissel and Nkrumah reports for JoyNews.
Infansipim School has etched its name in gold once again. The Butcher boys have successfully defended their crown, triumphing over city rival St. Augustine's College to win the 2025 National Science and Maths Quiz. Their stunning victory marks back-to-back championships and secures their fourth national title. Celebrated before a jubilant crowd at the University of Cape Coast. There's more in the following report.
As red and white flags waved proudly and chants of God is a MOBA echoed through the auditorium, the champions lifted the trophy high, smiles wide, hearts full. It was a moment of pure joy and history in motion. At Infansipim School's victory over city rivals St. Augustine's College and Opokuwari reaffirmed their dominance in the realm of academic excellence. This victory makes Infansipim only the second school after Presec Legon to have successfully defended the NSMQ title.
You know, like I always say this is Infansipim. When it comes to the central region, you cannot have a contest here and then tell me that some school like OWAS, what's OWAS? I don't know. Some school like Opokuwari will come, like bro, this fucking not true.
But you didn't compete with Presec, so why Presec?
Nah, you see, they talk too much. Presec, they like talking. Presec will be coming again. We'll be back to back for 10 years. Back to back, 10 years. Presec is not coming. Forget. Back to back to back to back.
Proud moments for family members of the Butcher contestants who beamed with excitement after their sons and brothers delivered the school's fourth national title.
Frankly speaking, I feel great. I feel so happy that today has happened to see Ahmed Tijani represent Infansipim, represent his community, represent everybody, in Ghana. I mean, it's something that we need to be proud of.
Okay, so these are the family members of Tijani. I've also been speaking to Mohammed's mother very soon. But tell me more, how are you also feeling?
We are so happy. We are so happy for this day. And we say, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. I will say, God is a MOBA. God is a MOBA. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
We say Alhamdulillah in the first place. Allah deserves all the thanks
He has protected our boy. He has given him the knowledge, has given him the courage to represent the school, to represent the family, to represent the entire Ugwa community. And we are very, very excited that he is part of a school that has made history today, back-to-back win. And we are very, very excited.
But across the other side, it was an emotional scene at St. Augustine's College, tears and heartbreak as they fell short in back-to-back finals against their city rivals.
Well, that was what is in every Augustine's mind. That even if you are going to lose, you're not going to lose to betray. Again, but we did. And it's very, very heartbreaking. That is what is breaking each and everyone's hearts. That even if you're going to lose, you're not going to lose to betray, but unfortunately we did. And I mean, that is the sad part.
And for Pokuwari School, as the wait drags on, the pain only deepens.
What is over NSMQ? NSMQ is just something that they do yearly. What is more important than NSMQ? You know, there are some contestants, right, that win the Imbe Bununa. Yeah, he was a very good contestant for Addis. But if you pass your what's right and you don't win NSMQ, it doesn't matter. But if you pass if you win NSMQ for your school and you lose the what's the use?
The school will have to wait another year without a title, extending their 23-year drought. Reporting for JoyNews, I am Collins Frimpong.
Well, big congratulations to the Kotokraba boys. Well, that's it for AM News. Up next is sports. My name is Denise Apomaije.